Okay, I want to go over how to graph this parabola, kind of going over the steps. So first thing I'm going to do is this is in standard quadratic form, and I'm going to leave it there because I don't see any point to complete the square, but you could certainly do that. You could complete the square and then graph this with translations. But I'm going to graph this via the quadratic. So I'm going to rewrite this, and I'm going to just reorder this. And the reason I did this is then I have my A is -1, B is 4, C is 5. Just a little bit clearer to see. And we're used to everything kind of in order. The other thing, the first thing this tells me is that since this is negative, this is going to open down. So I know this is going to be a downward shaping graph because this is negative. So I'm going to start by finding my vertex. So first thing you should do is decide is it opens up or down, because this kind of gives you an idea in your head of what it looks like. Then you should find the vertex. So the vertex is -b over 2a. So in this case, -4 over 2 times -1. So that's going to be -4 over -2. It's going to be a +2. Okay. Then to find the y-coordinate, I'm just going to do g of 2, so 5 plus 8 minus 4, which is, let's see here, 13, right? 5 plus 8, and then minus 3 gives me 9. So my vertex is at 2, 9. Okay? So this is my first important piece of information. My next important piece of information is going to be my intercept. So I'm going to start by solving of 0. So -x² plus 4x plus 5. So I'm going to pull out a -1 to make this easy. I'm hoping I can just factor this. And yes, I can. -5x plus 1. So then my x-intercepts are 5 and -1. Last step is I'm going to find my y-intercept. So then y equals, well, it's going to be 0 plus 0 plus 0. So this is 5. And it's always c if you're in normal form. So using this information, I'm going to start graphing. And then I'll go back and see if I need any points. So what did I say my vertex was? 2, 9. So I'm going to graph that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so 2, 9. And I know I'm going to open downwards. So this is good. And let's see here. I said my was at 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 5. Let's see. What did I say my vertexes were? -1. So -1 and 5. Okay. So I've got now really probably enough to graph this in. But what I'm going to do is just, and this is always a good, I'm going to throw one more point in, and I should be symmetrical about this line, right? So I want to throw a point in over here, and I should be about even with this. So I'm going to throw in the point 4. So I'm just simply going to do g of 4. So then g of 4 will give me -16. I want to talk about that in a minute. Let me finish this. Plus 16 plus 5. Okay, you'll notice here that this is negative. Why did this go negative? Well, because I'm plugging in a 4, squaring it, then a thing. This is outside, okay? Really want that. This is outside, so it goes after it. If this had been inside, so if I was applying -4, then I'd square it and get a +16. But because this was appended on the outside, I'm going to carry that sign with me. And then you can see here, I get a 5. So you can see here, this is nice and symmetrical right here, right what I expected. And that always makes me feel good. So then there is my graph. Now, if I wanted to do domain and range, domain is going to be all reals. And pretty much in every parabola, it's going to be all reals. Range is going to be -infinity to up here to 9 to my vertex. Okay. Couple of things. This is a function. It passes the vertical line test. It does not have an horizontal line test. So some things I could throw in there to ask you. But as you go through the steps, you should always find all your intercepts. You'll usually have 2 x-intercepts and 1 y-intercept. You should find your vertex. That axis of symmetry going through gives you a good idea of, okay, filling in. It's a good checkpoint. By doing that one point, okay, everything's working out good. It matches up just like I thought it should. The other thing is starting out by finding out if it opens up or down. Very useful because it gives you an idea of what the whole graph should look like. Also kind of tells you where you need to be on your graph, which is also useful when you're trying to graph it by hand.